These ones are not the traction. Right now we're just talking long going and splinting. These ones are 5-minute stations. And you're going to want to really pick it up. The traction are 10 minutes. You're never going to spend 10 minutes on the traction. And if you are, you're kicky. And so these ones, though, however, you will use 4 minutes and 59 seconds. And hopefully we can get you to a place where you're so good at it that you'll spend 3.5. But the first couple times you spent 7. And so don't feel bad, or more. So don't feel bad, just keep practicing and keep timing yourself. And actually what I want you to do is time yourself from the very first time you ever do it, so you know how long it took, and so keep shaving off minutes. Okay? That is what most people fail on with the station at this time. Okay? So I'm not going to go through it super, super quick because I want to talk about this kind of a couple different things about it. So with every immobilization skill, the splinting station, there are 5, some people say 6, however you do it, 5 things that you do in all of them. So first is BSI team safe. Second one is manually stabilize something. So if it's KD, it's C-spine. If it's your long bone, it's wherever the injury is. If it's your traction, it's your femur fracture. So BSI team safe, manually stabilize, TMS, apply the device, TMS. Okay, that goes for all of those stations where you mobilize anything. So if you can remember that, you can get through all the stations real quick. Okay. Yeah. So the most important part in this exam is to get your equipment all set up how you want it, because you don't want to fumble around with that when your time starts. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that you guys are used to in testing, like, you can actually go up and arrange your equipment however you want before you BSI. So take advantage of that, especially with this station, because not having your equipment out is gonna cost you time, and you don't have time on this one.
Yeah.
Is this station going to be like the spinal immobilization, where it's the exact same every time, or it's going to be like the assessments where they give you different scenarios?
Every time.
Oh, okay.
You're always going to have a tib-fib fracture when it's this.
Okay.
You're always going to have a isolated mid-shaft femur fracture when it's your traction splint.
Okay.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about.
No surprises.
Got it.
No. All right. So I usually do 2, 3, 4, 5 cravats for this station. And how many is that? 4, 5. Sweet. Okay. And so if you have a patient with a really long leg, you can use 2 of these. And so you can sort of make it longer. Okay? And this one will just stay flat inside, and this one will be taped up like that. Okay? Just a little hint. You don't have that long. So, first thing you want to do, BSI team safe. Thank you. I'm going to have my partner manually stabilize the thinking injury above and below. So you're probably not going to have a partner doing that, so it's going to be verbalized. Okay. If you do, you're going to have to work around her. Be prepared for that. But I don't think they do it, do they? Ever? Okay. Okay. So be prepared to work around a person who's holding the stabilizing. Okay. What's the next step? The attention safe manual stabilize.
TMS.
Good. So I'm hoping it's your right leg is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Don't split the wrong leg.
Yeah.
People do
Why
it.
does he say that? Because it happens, right?
Oh yeah.
How many of you gone up to whatever scenario is going on? So the patient has something going on the right side, and you do the wrong one, right? Pay attention to what you're doing.
Okay. So pulse.
We're actually in the critical phase.
Wait, can you wiggle your feet for
Is that
me?
in the critical phase?
Okay, and
Is
tell me
that-
what side I'm touching.
I gotta figure it out. I wonder if we can pop it in there.
So, you're going to want to put your whole device here together, and you have to work with what we have, and these are kind of, you know, used to be said nicely. So, usually one piece of tape should be okay. If you pull it long enough, it should most of the time, hold on. And you're going to be tying around it anyways.
Do not spend too much time on putting like 40 strips of tape on it, okay?
Then I like to put one of these in the bottom right here, because you wanna mobilize the foot in a position of function, which is not, it's not this, okay? It's kind of like when she's sitting there, it goes like this a little bit, okay? So in order to keep it like that, I put a little roll of gauze in the bottom here. So the whole point is to not move the extremity very much. And so I'm just going to try to get this wiggled in under her. On the mat here. There we go. So.
And also think about, when you're doing this, you will have cut and covered this, so you can't use your patient's pant leg to hoist it up.
Yeah.
And if you do have to lift it for any reason, you need to verbalize that it is being supported, because if you start lifting from the bottom, you're taking that break and you're doing that with it.
So just make sure you verbalize if you lift the leg, you're lifting somebody's actually holding and stabilizing, okay? So one of these rolls of gauze in here, and I'm going to show you my way, and there are a million ways of doing it, and so you can find your own, and you can ask the other proctors, they're going to show you something different as well. So I put a towel around here. I was making it 2 days ago, I'm still finding it. And then I make sure to get this as far in as I can, because I want to mobilize the ankle. That's one of the critical fails on your skill sheet, that if you don't immobilize the joint above and below, below, it's a fail, automatically, okay? So what I do is I try to sort of pack the ankle a little bit like this, because I don't want any voids, okay? So I also pad around here. And you don't have to force anything, okay? We're just padding wherever there is a void. And so if I see that there's a little more space right here, just go ahead and put something in there if you feel like it'll stabilize it a little more, okay? So now the padding is done. So the easiest way to do this, in my opinion, is just to get all four. That's too far. 1. 4. I'm going to save the 5th for later. Okay. So I get 2 above the knee. Her knee, 2 below the knee, where 1 goes above the injury and 1 goes below it. Does that make sense? Okay. It's not anything you have to do, but that's just the way it gets immobilized the best. So, when you're going to tie these, make sure that you tie a surgeon's knot. So, once, twice, like this. Because then once you start to cinch it down, it won't go anywhere when you let go. Okay? And then you can finish it up with whatever, bunny ear. Don't do bunny ear. There we go. Just do something quick. Okay?
But you do want to use a slip knot?
Yeah. 1 through, and get to a point where you're really comfortable with tying these.
Notice too that she is not tying that knot over the patient's skin or leg. It is on the cardboard, so you don't have those pressure points.
So 1, twice. And I don't want any voids, okay? So just tying it like this doesn't work. I don't want all this space right here. Okay, so just get it as tight as you can, and see if you can help yourself a little bit with squeezing the cardboard or something. There we go. And the last one down here. 1, twice. There we go. Alright, so the last one I saved for the ankle, because like I said, the ankle is kind of the critical point. This is the way I like to tie it.
And this one gets kind of tricky, so if you can't see, you might want to move up to where you can see.
Yeah, you can
I
totally
just guarantee that
closer.
you won't be able to understand what's going on
Yeah.
by just listening to her talk through it.
And don't worry, this is not the last time I'm willing to show you.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I was gonna say, there's a million and one ways to get this
Oh, yeah.
done, so ask all the proctors how they would do it.
So the way I do it, it's fairly simple. It just has to become muscle memory, okay? What I'm really looking for is to, right now, move your ankle around. There you go. I don't want that, okay? That's not immobilized, okay? I want, when I'm done, I want this. Move your ankle. There we go. Okay, that's what I want to do with a craft, okay? So I'm going to take and do either just one or two knots on top. And the reason why I pack around here is because we are pretending that her life has no pants or socks or anything. And at state, I want you to take off the socks too. Lee says, ask me that. I got the socks, so I didn't do it. But just do it when you practice, okay? And do it at state. So she's not actually going to have anything right here. It's going to be skin. So if you try to singe that down, it's going to hurt like a mother, okay? So just, I get one knot on top here. And right here, I want her to be almost immobilized. Yeah. Okay? So what I do is I just take one around the foot, one around the box. And then I tie it on the side. Does that make sense? So not on top. I don't care which one goes which way.